Removing elements from a selection. Let's say I go up to Modify and I select the entire first floor. And now everything is selected. That might be more than what I want to select. I can remove things from the selection by going up to the selection panel and going to filter. I can pick up here, or I can come down to the bottom down here on the status bar, and it shows me the filter down here, and it shows me a 54. That means there's 54 items selected currently. But if I go to either one, I'll come up here and hit filter. You'll see that it breaks it down into each category and a total of 54. I can go along and say, you know what? I really just want to go with doors, no floors, no furniture, no generic, no plumbing, no specialty equipment, just walls and windows, and I can say OK. So now I got doors, windows, and walls in my selection set, and there's a total of 34 of them. And I can actually now, I can save this particular selection, so I'll call it walls, doors, windows, and I'll say OK. And now, I can do whatever I want to change amongst these things at times. Also, we have what's called filters, and we can actually filter down even more so with this. And so I can come up here and say, well, let's do something a little different here. Let's say I hit escape and I take everything out, and let's say I come over here and modify and I select some furniture, and I'm holding the control key down, I'm selecting this furniture. Now I want to come up and I want to load in that selection set that I had before. I can load in the doors, walls, and windows. And now I got all the doors, walls, windows, and those 4 pieces of furniture are all in my selection set. If I go to my filter, you can see that I added in those 4 pieces of furniture into my particular selection set. So I can also come up here to selection and go to edit. In the edit, I can create a new filter. And in the new filter, I can define filters in various ways. I can define the criteria, I can select them, or use whatever my current selection set is. So if I pick whatever I want, such as my kitchen things, I can call it kitchen things and go around and pick them. I can define the criteria, and I'm going to say something like interiors, and then I'll define the criteria. And I can come along here and I can hit this filter list, and I can typically, these will all be on, and it gives you a lot of choices. Well, if you're not dealing with any of the plumbing, electrical, mechanical, or structural, it'll cut down the amount of things that it will sort and look through. So at this point, we're finding less things now. And now I can come over to the filter rules, and I can come in here and hit the down arrow, and I can build a filter based on some criteria that I defined. So there's a further way of calculating things, of narrowing down these filters. So essentially, we can remove things from the filter set, and this is very common. The thing that we'll do a lot is we'll come up to and hit modify, and we'll select something, and we just get too much, and we go, whoa, wait a minute, this big blue area, I don't want that. I go to filter and just say, you know what, get rid of the floors and apply that, and there we go. Now that was more like what I had in mind, and said, you know what, I really didn't want to affect the generic models or the plumbing fixtures or the furniture. I can say, oh, I could get rid of that. I could apply that, and then go, oh, that's what I really had in mind for my selection set. Now I want to do an operation on those. That's what we typically will do a lot. So you'll find that you use this filter tool a lot. and it'll help you instead of adding things. You can easily go pick a lot of things that you had in there and say, yeah, that's about everything I wanted. I just didn't want the floor in the generic model. You can apply it and say, yeah, no, that's kind of what I had in mind. So it's a little quicker way of doing it. Plus, it's easy to get rid of. The floor kind of tends to be a problem in some regards. Maybe the roof once in a while, where you didn't want to pick them, and now you can get rid of them. So removing elements from a selection set is using the filters. You can find the filters up here or down here in the status bar.